Snipe with quick prep, weak point detection, and easy prey. Now the next three.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Think it's possible? Oh, okay, it is possible. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible, yeah. You can't miss this though. You miss this, your rotation, the whole fight is gonna be messed up already. Then you're doing shit damage right there. So yeah, you tell me that this skill you will never miss a single time. Boss will never jump. Boss will never go invulnerable. Yeah, I mean in training dummy it's possible right there. You know, Portox just say like, oh, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible in this scenario. Sure. I mean, how about you tell the boss to stay still 24/7 then? But yeah, we'll continue with this here. We'll continue with this right there. We will continue right here. Yeah, someone call Tofu. This build for with Tofu for hours and feels like this makes me want to end myself. I guess we'll see random and I guess we will see. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I guess like there is like people wanted me to react to this right here. So yeah, it's react time, ding dong boys, it's react time. But let me preface this right here. It's not that I don't really want to bully people or anything right here. This is by Sando, by the way, from like the preparation the Valtan preparation, and also like the what's the name, the whisper set stuff and everything. So this is not intentional. But I mean, like, if people keep saying that, like, react to this, this is like, this is funny, or is this info true, or stuff like that, then I'm like, this is the request, right? So yeah, no witch hunt reacts, and I'll have love, but don't call him names in comments or his stream. No, I'm not going to. But if there is something wrong, then I will point it out, right? Something like that. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. We will see. And a vet build, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, hopefully it's all good, but I mean, like, people have told me that, like, this is like, my massive question mark. But I guess we'll find out right here. We'll find out. Let me turn off music first real quick. Okay, and now we can watch it. I guess we can watch it. Love Stoops emote, ding dong emote right here.
Okay. Hello everyone, it's Sando. And as you know, we have just received the entire balance update that Korea just recently received. I want to talk to you guys about a specific brand new Sharpshooter build that is insanely powerful and other builds cannot compare. First, let's take a look.
I got a feeling he's running like, he's thinking of the build that is double class engraving that is only possible with ancient gear set. But I don't know. The build in this video does less damage than a tier 2 sharpshooter. Oh shit. Does it, generic man? Damn, dude. This is gonna be fun actually. Message him. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. You can ask Tofu to react to this as well. Probably we're gonna have like similar reaction. But yeah, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's go.
Look at the changes to the engravings. That strike received a 4% damage buff, and Loyal Companion received an insane 10% damage buff just by having the Hawk summoned.
It's attack power, not damage buff, so it's less than that. Okay.
These changes make it seem like it's a waste to run both engravings at the same time, but it's it.
One sec.
You can in fact keep running these two engravings together and have all of the engraving effects be active while doing your burst. And I'm gonna be showing you exactly how. But
yeah, this is the kind of thing that is like really only possible if you're running like the ancient gear set and everything. This is not possible in like in the NAU version right now. My son already. So much false info in this video. I guess we'll find out.
First, let's talk about the necessary stats and tripods. This build will focus heavily on that small burst window we'll have available. For the stat distribution, we are gonna require to have around 900 specialization, and the rest will go on critical. 900 spec is the sweet spot because it'll help us recover the hawk gauge instantly for our burst window. Since our main damage is a snipe, and snipe did receive a 10% critical chance buff, we can afford to have this stat distribution. Let's go over the skills on this build. First, we have our damage amplifier atomic arrow. For tripods, we'll take amplified damage, enhanced arrowhead, and long fuse. Arrow wave with enhanced arrow, slow tide, and wave streak. Sharpshooter with vital point hit, weak point detection, and focus shot. Snipe with quick prep, weak point detection, and easy prey. Now the next three.
This is the problem. Think it's possible? Oh, okay, it is possible. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible, yeah. You can't miss this though. You miss this, your rotation, the whole fight is gonna be messed up already. Then you're doing shit damage right there. So yeah, you tell me that this skill you will never miss a single time. Boss will never jump. Boss will never go invulnerable. Yeah, I mean in training dummy it's possible right there. You know, Portox just say like, you know, oh it's possible. Yeah, it's possible in this scenario. Sure. I mean, how about you tell the boss to stay still 24/7 then? But yeah, we'll continue with this here. We'll continue with this right there. Clockwise, clockwise. Yeah, someone has to take salt rest, please. But yeah, okay, we'll continue with this here. We'll continue with this right there. We will continue right here. Never miss. Yeah, I never miss. Because this thing, you have to hit the boss to actually get the gauge back. If not, then you don't get the gauge. If you don't get the gauge, you don't get the hawk back again. But we'll let him explain first.
Skills are the ones that will help us recover our hawk gauge quickly. Moving slash with excellent mobility and Silver Master. You do not need this Silver Master at level 4 as I have it, but do try to level it as a backup. Blade Storm with Silver Master, Lightning Blade, and Shadow Dance. Now for Blade Storm, it is indeed necessary to get Silver Master as high as possible, as this skill recovers our gauge very quickly, as well as equipping it with a legendary wealth rune on it. If you do not have a legendary wealth rune, you can just equip the epic one. Deadly Slash with Silver Master, Sawtooth Blade, and Double Slash. For this skill as well, try to get Silver Master Tripod as high as level as possible for the hawk gauge build up, and equip this skill with an epic wealth rune as well. And the last skill will be Charge Shot with Quick Prep, Double Shot, and Fast Fire. The Valence update also gave us a buff on the Wolf Ultimate, Fenrir's Messenger. By fully charging this skill, it will now instantly recover our hawk meter to full. And we can use this during our downtime and apply all the buffs to this skill for a huge damage burst as well. Alright, now let's go over...
Well, just a quick tip on that Fenrir right there. You can Fenrir from afar, summon your hawk for the 10% attack power, then the Fenrir will hit with the 10% extra attack power. Don't know if we went through that, but basically those are what is right there. One of the changes to like what's the name? Changes to like a Fenrir. So yeah, this build here, okay, let me just like explain like how this works, right, with the double class engraving one right here. It's not really like a realistic in an EU scenario right now, but in Korea it's possible because you have like ancient gear set and like bracelet as well. So right now you had to sacrifice so much crit right now. Your crit is like pretty low. Well, it's not that low, but I mean like it's lower than the usual. Only to try to hit like this build right here. What you do is basically you use your Death Strike, right? And then you use your gauge generation skill. In this case, you need to hit Deadly Slash and Moving Slash, then Blade Storm. Then after that, you have like about 4 seconds to use all of your skill in one go, the burst right there. In the meantime, like you're changing snipe, you resummon your hawk because you refill your gauge already, right? You resummon your hawk so you get the 10% attack power buff while the Death Strike is still active. So that's like the principle of like how this build actually works, and it does work in Korea. But in NAEU, you sacrifice way too much of it. Not to mention like your this thing here, like hitting like the skill, like you can't miss a single skill. Plus this is like very rigid rotation. If you mess it up, you're gonna lose everything basically, and you're gonna lose everything in rotation at until the end of the fight. Write a comment. It's up to you, generic man. But yeah, let's see how like the how to right here. Here is the how-to.
To the fun part, and that is how to play this build and how the combo works. I'm going to slowly explain how the combo works. This combo begins by having a full gauge and all skills off cooldown. We're gonna begin by throwing the atomic arrow to prep or damage burst, followed by the hawk summon into the set skill. We'll then throw out the hawk to apply the 44% damage buff. We'll use Moving Slash.
Missing this, your rotation is ruined for the remainder of the fight.
Into Deadly Slash, into Blade Spin. This will recover your hawk meter to full as soon as the Blade Spin does its last attack. meaning right after casting Blade Spin, you can begin to cast a Snipe. And as a Snipe is being cast, your
You can see you have 4 seconds right now, or like Loyal Companion and Death Strike. You miss this window on like one of your skill, you do less damage already. So yeah, this is tier 2 damage.
Hawk will become available to summon. So we'll summon this Hawk for that extra 24% damage. And Snipe will be affected by this damage
It's not 24% by the way, but yeah.
increase since we summon the Hawk during the cast time. Right after this happens, we'll still have about 3 seconds to cast all other skills with this huge 68% damage increase from both engravings. Start with Charging Shot, then Sharpshooter, and Arrow Wave last since its animation is the longest and it deals the least damage out of all of the 4 burst skills.
No, the one that does the least damage is actually Charge Shot. In case people are not aware, Charge Shot is the one that actually deals the least damage. In case people are unaware. Not to mention, like, people don't really use the Arrow Wave like with this tripod. They use like the what's the name? The Hellfire one. But the reason why they use Hellfire one is because their crit is high. They don't need this critical tripod, so they can increase the damage of it. So there is that as well. So yeah. Oh, he has midday as well. I think he's taking into account that he's gonna have Argos set forever in the future. So there is that as well, I guess. But yeah, 1 plus 1 is 3. But yeah, I have tested in EUNA. Why? You're right. Why would you say that? What do you mean? Like this build, Coldest, or what? He doesn't know. Do you think he noticed? He probably doesn't notice, but I don't know.
This will be our downtime. Keep the Hawk summoned and do not throw it until you have all your skills available again. This combo can go on forever. Normal attack in between and fill.
This combo can go on forever until you miss Moving Slash, or until you messed up a single piece of your rotation right there. You miss Deadly Slash, ooh. You miss Moving Slash, ooh. Ouch, man. You're doing tier 2 damage. Sorry, man. Or until something is on cooldown. Until like you messed up your rotation right there. Surely you will never miss, right? You know, you just tell the boss to stay still. Tell the boss to also stay still in that 4-second last window where you're trying to fit everything right there. Boss jumps in that part, ruin already. You're doing tier 2 damage. Oh well, unlucky I guess. What if he never misses? I guarantee you he will miss right here. I mean, like, he'll miss on Volton even. Well, even though Volton doesn't move that much. But yeah, tier 2 damage.
Feel free to throw an atomic arrow right after all your burst for some damage and amplified damage.
Here is the thing why this build works in Korea, right? In Korea, like, we have like way higher stats. When you have like way higher stats, you don't need to use Moving Slash. You use like Blaze Storm and Deadly Slash. Then after that, you have 6 seconds to actually like use your skill. That's much more like, you know, much more manageable. So you have like a backup skill to regain your gauge in case you do not get your gauge back right there. But even then, it's still very rigid rotation. It works because it's more flexible. But I'm like, right now, this is like very rigid right here. Missing a single thing means you're ruined for the rest of the remainder of the fight. So yeah, no, you can't Nox.
Your party. During this downtime, your Hawk is also doing a good amount of damage since we do have high spec. During this downtime, you can also use your Awakening skill with all damage buffs. Use the Hawk's set skill into the throw. You'll then charge your ultimate to full and summon the Hawk immediately as the wolf is released, meaning the Awakening will also have that increased damage.
Okay.
And since you did not need to use any skills to fill up your gauge in between, you can head right back to the main combo immediately. I have played around this build for a while and have tested a fully juiced Deathstrike build with overtuned critical stats and crazy damage engravings, as well as Loyal Companion build with overtuned stats. None of these two builds can top the damage of this build.
Yeah, because it's a training dummy, that's why, right there. Is video with Clown BGM? You are correct. This video is with the Clown BGM. Yep, you are correct. So yeah, you're testing it with fully juice. Yeah, this build is stronger, yeah, in Trixion. Just like how like certain build is really strong in Trixion. Dude, even the DPS Bard is really strong in Trixion because the boss doesn't move. So yeah, he tested in Trixion probably, but yeah. Crazy damage engraving right there. I don't know. Use crazy engravings. Like, here is the reality, right? The reality is that like this build is stronger. Yes, this build is stronger. But I mean, like, you know, in reality, when you're actually doing this build is gonna suck. Except if you're in like KR, as I said right now. You're missing like those like last few hundred like extra like stats that you can actually make use of it. So yeah, boss is not moving. Try it on actual guardian rate. So yeah, destroy your top DPS in Trixion. Yeah, well that means nothing, right? But yeah, that's the thing right there.
However, you do have to keep in mind that this build is much harder to play, and this is Trixion where the boss is not moving at all.
At least he's claiming that right there. So yeah, well that's not exactly what it is then.
Okay, I do want to mention important details about this build. Like I said, having around 900 specialization is incredibly important for this to work, as well as having your silver master tripods on moving slash, blade spin, and deadly slash, all at least level 3 or 4. The higher, the better. If you do not have these tripods at level 4, you can go for more spec, however you'll sacrifice some critical.
You already
Having
sacrificed so much critical, man, Like, you're already, like, wasting so much critical right now. Like, basically, a Death Strike is gonna be way more consistent, and I'm pretty sure in, like, NAEU right now, a standard Death Strike build will probably, like, work much better, and it's way more consistent as well. So, yeah, hit this man so much. Well, I don't know. Is this misinformation? Not necessarily. Is this actually, like, realistic in practice? Not at all. So, yeah. Gamba build, Gamba build. You're just gambaing that the boss never moves right here. If you mess up like one skill or one rotation, it's ruined. Because people can say, right, oh, but just redo it in the next one. You can't. You don't have the gauge. You miss your like gauge generation skill, so you don't even have the gauge right now. So you can't unless you wanna sit there 20 seconds waiting for the next the next like cooldown to roll back again. That's not gonna happen, man. At that point, that strike will basically like have like 2-3 rotation pass by already. So yeah, video has so many error. The build is dog shit in EU. Have run several tests on Trixion and so fucking shit. I mean, like in Trixion, like number wise can be higher generic. It's just not applicable in realistic situation. So yeah, that's basically how it is right there. I'll explain later, Frey. So yeah, I don't know. For this one then I guess. Let's see here for now.
higher level silver master tripods means you do
That's
not
not too bad. 20 seconds. Yeah, if you're an idiot, yeah. 20 seconds of not doing anything, it's not bad. My god, dude.
have to cast all of the skills to receive a full gauge. It is possible to fill it up with just the deadly slash and blade spin. Of course, we'll have to work to get there. Make sure to also equip wealth runes on the big gauge gathering skills, blade spin and deadly slash. Let's go over the gems for this build. For the skills that will put a damage gem on, it'll be atomic arrow, silver hawk damage, since it'll increase the damage of both skills plus auto attacks during our downtime, as well as charging shot. The reason we are only putting a damage gem on charge shot and not a cooldown one on it is because this skill has a lower cooldown than snipe, meaning it'll always be available right after casting snipe. And for the skills we'll put both damage and cooldown gems, it'll be snipe,
I mean, it's
arrow
just standard
wave,
gems right
blade
here.
storm and
Standard
sharp.
gems, I guess.
Let's talk about engravings. This build is pretty
Okay,
straightforward
level 4
with
gems.
engravings. The 3 necessary engravings will be Loyal Companion, Death Strike and Keen Blunt Weapon. As a 4th engraving, you have a choice between Grudge, Cursed Doll and Hitmaster. But I highly recommend Hitmaster since there is no downside and it's straight up damage. And for the 5th engraving, I recommend Grudge. However, you can go Cursed Doll instead if that's your preference or the price is right. You might come across mana issues while playing this build. There's a way to easily counter this, and that is to eat
You will never come across a mana issue in this build because the boss doesn't stay still. So yeah, you will never in realistic scenario. But I mean, like with this one in Trixion, yes, you will because the boss doesn't move. That's why right there. But yeah, you have to use mana food, I guess. Yeah, 0 crit clean blunt. Now his crit is alright. But yeah, but Keen Blunt is not like exactly like the most damage gain you can get as usual right there. But I don't know. Hey man, it's NAU bro. So yeah, exit the video. I know why the clown BGM is here. The clown BGM.
Master Herbs steak meal as your everyday raid food. This food is really cheap and it is important to always eat this meal since you do not only get more damage, you will not come across mana problems ever again. Meaning for relic sets, You do not have to craft the Nightmare set, you can go straight for the 6 set Salvation set and stack up on even more damage. Also having the
Nightmare is stronger than Salvation, you idiot. Come on, man. The number might look higher if you're like, you know, if you have like, you know, a short you know, attention span. But Nightmare does more damage than Salvation because Nightmare is multiplier on each of that. So yeah. But Salvation can save you if you get hit. Oh, so that's why you make Salvation. I see now. I see. Well, I don't know. See, here is the thing, right? You know, you haven't used like Nightmare running like Nightmare. You haven't used Death Strike running Nightmare, right? That's the thing right here. You do run Salvation with this particular build in Korea because you need that 10% attack speed right there. Because like you're super slow, zero swiftness. You cannot afford swiftness over there when you're already sacrificing too much, right? So there is that as well. But a Death Strike with Nightmare will catch up in damage. Basically in about like 2 to 3% damage behind. But you messed up your rotation, now you're 10-12% behind if you messed up your rotation in here. And you see how volatile this is. This is so easy to mess up your rotation. And it's not even in your control. You try, you use your movement skill to dodge because you used your spacebar before. Done. Rotation ruined already. You can't use your movement skill to for a movement. No, you have to use it for the gauge generation. But that's how it goes right there. So yeah, you don't need awakening with Nightmare Otis because Nightmare is permanent. You just need to awakening once to activate it. Then after it's always there. So yeah, no rotation, no agility either. So yeah, I don't know.
The 4 set Salvation Relic set will grant you an extra 10% attack speed at full stacks, making it much easier to cast the full combo and have the damage applied to all skills. Overall, bringing this build just way above the rest. Alright guys, I hope this video was useful for you sharpshooters out there. I am totally in love with this build and it is just so unique and strong. Please do not forget to subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Alright, well, anyways, these are the video right here. That's the video. But yeah. So yeah, this is the most unrealistic build I have ever seen. I mean, like, it's as realistic as, like, you know, you make like a back attack class and then like he always back attack 100%. Dude, back attack class in Trixion is super strong because of, like, you know, they can use like back attack 24/7. But it's unrealistic. Same shit here as well. Same thing. So yeah. At what crit rate I can switch to Hellfire for Arrow Wave? It's around like 60%. So yeah. There is a reason why why 80% of the Sharpshooter players deal tier 2 damage. Yeah, it's just man, it just makes, like, you know, Sharpshooter name even worse and worse, right? You know, because like later, like, you will see some people try to use this build and they're doing tier 2 damage, and then they're just like, man, dude, Sharpshooter sucks, doesn't it? It doesn't, man. You know, it's just like some. Dude, why do we get back to this every time, you know? Soulface Guide Makers made a Pepega build right here. Now this is another one. Every time, dude. Like, we discussed this with Tofu, like, so much already, you know? Like, I was talking with Tofu already as well. Because, like, I was there in Tofu's stream where we were talking about, like, is this build possible in NA? Here is the thing, right? Me and Tofu, the both of us think this is unintended. I think this will be changed and nerfed in the future. Because, like, I think this is unintended for that to happen. Because like it works with ancient gear set and everything, right? So that makes it really strong. It's just the best of both worlds right there. But then it's not possible in NA because, like we discussed already, like how much spec do you need? You need 900 spec for this, and you need those 3 skill, you know, moving slash, deadly slash, and like what's the name, blade storm, to basically, like, you know, hit everything. If you don't hit them, then you lose it. The blade storm you don't have to hit, but I'm like the other two you have to. So yeah, one mistake you cannot, because like the rotation always back to back. They are like one long string of rotation. They're not like rotation. It's not like that. They're one string of rotation. You get cut off in the middle, you're done. You have to wait an extra 20 seconds. And in an extra 20 seconds, like a death strike would have like done another death strike basically. And then you will never catch up to that damage basically. You will never. Unless like the death strike guy messed up right there. Assuming you don't mess up as well though. So yeah, it's just unrealistic, man. It's just unrealistic. We discussed this already with Tofu the whole time. Like, it's just like, you know, you're just a masochist right here, and you're trying to like Like on number on Trixion, sure, right there. But like you know that Trixion doesn't matter, right? Trixion like really doesn't matter. It's like no bosses here. Stay still 24/7. So yeah, if I see double engraving, double class engraving, I'm not inviting. Double class engraving is not really that bad, to be honest. Unless you made this build in an AEU, then it's gonna be very, very unreliable. It's either this guy is gonna do like, good damage, Sork damage, or he's gonna do tier 2 damage. I would rather take a Death Strike only. But if you run like the standard build, then you're just like 2, maybe 3% weaker. But still, it's still weaker. Basically, it's wrong build again. So yeah, comment on his channel, change Whisper set to Beast on that gear set video after he gave you a long description on why he suggested and pin it. He understood how shit it is. I don't know. He said himself that like he's not gonna make Whisper. He's gonna make Beast, right? But then like yeah, I don't know. It's what it is, man. It is what it is. If it weren't for you, I would still be using Swift build doing 0 damage. Oh, on the old one right there, yeah, you saw some guy telling you to make like Swift build on Loyal Companion on NA right now where you have no gear set. A lot of people just like, they just check at Loawa, they just check at this and think it's optimal. It is not, man, You don't have what we have. You don't have what I have. You don't have full gear set. You don't have level 3 gear set. You don't have ancient gear. You don't have bracelet. You don't have anything that we have, basically. Like anything that you see in Loawa might as well be like, not applicable to you. So yeah. But a lot of people doesn't know how the class actually plays, or like they don't know how it is, but that they make a guide for it. That's what happens, right, basically. So yeah. Can't find it worth to run double engraving on Sharpshooter. It's never been worth to run double engraving on Sharpshooter. It's only worth because it's the strongest, like, 6th engraving. That's why you run double engraving. Because, like, when you're, like, in Korea, you have 5x3 plus 1, right? That 1 is what? The best thing you can do is Adrenaline, but the crit rate, you have high crit rate, so you don't really need the crit rate. So Adrenaline is, like, less efficient. Or Loyal Companion for a straight up 4% damage buff. Well, seems like Loyal Companion is the best one, right? That's why you see double class engraving. It's because they run those. They run it on the 6th engraving. Other than that, before that, no. The other engraving is much better. But yeah, that's basically how it is right there. So yeah. It's just skill point. Yeah, but anyways, I don't know. This is the build right here. Well, I don't know. If you wanna try it, I know some people will look at this, they will try it, and then like they will realize how volatile it is. And then like in the end, like you'll do like shit damage. You'll do like tier 2 damage. But it is what it is. But I mean like just telling you out there, man, this build is not this is not applicable yet, no. I mean like if it's applicable in training dummy, and that's basically how it is right here. So yeah, missed a lot. Probably later, Rengar, yeah. But yeah, anyways, what double engraving even gives? Does the mark even stack? The mark stacks, yes, because when you use your Z, it gives the boss the death mark. They increase damage by 14%. You know that like other engraving gives you 16, right? This one gives you 14. So it's weaker than that, right? Then you death strike right away. The mark and the death strike is there. The mark is 8 seconds, so is the death strike. If you don't use it together, it will be uneven. One buff will expire first. Then you lost all of your damage. Well, not lost all of your damage, but like a big chunk of your damage is lost if you're late right there. And then like this build just makes it worse. So yeah, that's basically how it goes right there. So yeah, give up one of your 4K ring for this cool combo and that KR players do. KR players don't even do this, man. We already discussed this right here. We already discussed it. Like some people like already made it, and they already have the number. They're about like 2-3% stronger. Is that a big number? Yeah, that's pretty big. 2-3% is pretty big, provided that you don't miss a single long string of your like rotation. But in KR, it's more manageable because like you have way more stats than people in NAEU. We have like more stats. We can get like basically in total we can get like 2400. 2400. Wait, maybe even more than that. Yeah, we get like about like 2400, maybe 24 to 2500 total stats spread around all of the the stats right there. You don't have that. You probably have like what, 2000 maybe, or like 2200. You're missing like that few hundred extra. So it's just like really like unrealistic right now. But yeah, but the new attack power buff makes it better. No, it's very minimal. What do you mean? The new attack power buff? Attack power will be gone the moment you throw away your Hawk, Otis. That's why I'm at 2000. But yeah, anyways, I mean, is this build right here? It's unrealistic. Is this the best build, the new best sharpshooter build? Now, is this build really strong? Yeah, this build is really strong. But I'm like, is it realistic? No, not really. Not really, not really. But I don't know. You will find out probably if you ever make this build, you'll find out the hard way. You'll just basically like, ah, man, this build is actually shit. Oops, I guess I have to rebuy every single of my like accessories. Well, pants down the drain. Good luck, man. See you guys later. But yeah, this is what it is right here. Anyways, boys. Anyways. We're going back to it then. We're going back. Yeah. But yeah, I kinda wanna read the comments, but nah, we're good. I think like that might like trigger me. Okay, we're moving back, man. Moving back. Okay.